Hi, everybody. First week of 5 milligrams are in the books, and it was a great week. Sort of. We'll get into that in a minute. So, hello, everybody, and welcome back. My name is Cheryl, and this is my channel, Sunshine Spotlight. For anybody who doesn't know, for the past 9 weeks, I have been on an adventure of weight loss and trying to regain my health and a better healthy lifestyle. So I am currently taking Zepbound, which is the drug tirzepatide. I am currently taking 5 milligrams. This is my 9th week. We'll be beginning shot 10 tomorrow. Wow. Shot 10 tomorrow. That's crazy. So I started on 2.5 milligrams and I did that for 8 weeks. And last week I took 2 shots of 2.5, and I will show you those like I do every week. This is the medication that I am currently taking. This is a weight loss prescription medication by the maker EliLilly. This is Zepbound, which is FDA approved for obesity, for weight loss specifically. Mounjaro, its sister drug, we're going to call it, also made by EliLilly, is FDA approved and marketed for type 2 diabetes. It's the exact same medication. It is tirzepatide in both of them. These are pens. Self-auto-injector pens. So this is 2.5 milligrams. These pens have already been used. I kept them so that you can see them. So this is a pen of 2.5 milligrams. So last week, I took 2 of these. Take off the plunger, put them on your skin, hit the button, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So why am I taking 2.5 milligrams? I will tell you. Because 2.5 milligrams of Zepbound Mounjaro are loading doses. They're to get your body ready to take medication, get you used to the medication, see how you'll handle any side effects if you have any. I did great the first month, the first 5 weeks, and then I think my body became used to the medication, accustomed to the medication. It was time to titrate up. So in case anybody is not aware, there is currently a national shortage of the medication. Most specifically with Zepbound, 5 milligrams and 7.5 milligrams are extremely hard. I have been on a wait list for over a month at my pharmacy. I call pharmacies regularly. So we're trying to figure that out. So currently, I am taking 2.5 milligram shots. So tomorrow I will take another 2 shots. On Wednesday of next week, I can refill my 2.5 milligrams, which would then bring me to the following Thursday, which would give me another 2 weeks worth of shots. If they have the 2.5. They have had the 2.5 more regularly in stock at the Walmart that I go to. The other medication is nowhere to be found anywhere around here. So that's where we are right now. So let's talk about the week itself. So I would say definitely a better week as far as eating habits, making better choices, food noise, all of that type of stuff. So the food noise, I have to say, I don't want to say it's come back. It's better than it was, where I'm sure like many of you, at night watching TV is kind of the hardest part of trying to lose weight, trying to stay healthy, trying to make good choices when you're bored. And I'm still kind of finding when I'm bored, I'm like, okay, I think I'm used to sitting, watching TV, snacking on something. And with this medication, I have to say it's not 1,000% gone. Sorry, I know wearing my glasses makes it very glary for you guys. But then I'm trying to read my notes, and 51 makes it a little tricky. So, yeah, so the food noise, it's not terrible. It's not bad. It's definitely better. So the first 2 weeks on 2.5, I was like, holy crap. Like there was such a substantial difference. Like you knew something had changed in your brain. And that was wild to me. I'm not quite getting that effectiveness of it anymore, but it is helping me to not just get up, reach into the closet and eat whatever is there. It's helping me to, slow it down, think about it, check my calorie intake for the day, see, what I have left, and then kind of decide from there. Do I want something? And it's kind of helping me come up with like interesting ideas. Like yesterday, I knew I wanted something and I was trying to figure out like what I wanted. And I had not come close to my calorie intake for the day. So I knew if I was short on calories, I was definitely short on protein. So I started trying to figure out like what a good option would be. And if you guys saw any of my previous videos, I had those Quest chocolate cake cookies. They're terrible. But they have, I think that was 13 grams of protein in it. And I was like, I really should eat some protein. So first of all, in the past, I wouldn't have been having these conversations with myself. I would have been like, to hell with it. I'm getting a bag of Doritos. But I'm able to have these conversations with myself to make better choices. So I know that I needed more protein. I know that I need to make a better choice. And I made a little like dirt pudding kind of situation. So I took some sugar-free Jell-O. I took some sugar-free Cool Whip. I crushed up my cookie and I made kind of like a dirt pudding thing. And I'm not even going to lie, halfway through it, I was like, I don't even want this. And I forced myself to have it because I think the whole thing ended up being, I want to say the cookie was 90 calories, the pudding was 70, and then so it was 180 calories. But it was going to be at that point, like at least 13 grams of protein. And I knew I needed that protein in. So it wasn't that I was full and I was like, oh, I don't want this. I was just like, kind of like, this cookie really does suck. I didn't want it. And even the pudding didn't make the cookie better, but I forced myself to eat it only because of the protein. I think if I didn't need the protein intake, I would have just thrown it away. But 3 months ago, let's be real, I would have just eaten it, made myself sick, not cared, or ate it and then got something else. So yeah, I think it's definitely helping to improve making those better choices. And really, that's the goal long-term, is making better choices. That's my goal anyway. And I hope that, you guys are all finding and setting your goals and figuring out what's good for you and what you need. I don't want to say I'm focused on the protein because I'm not. I'm not getting 100 grams of protein in, and I'm okay with that. I do think that people who are more physically active and getting a lot of the activity that they need might not need as much protein. I probably do need that protein because I'm not exercising yet. And I'm sure if you've seen my previous videos, you guys know I've had some injuries. It's a whole thing. So I'm not doing that yet. I'm trying. It's on the list. When I get there, I get there. And I'm not putting all of these burdens on myself right now. So I'm doing my goals very small. So if you, again, have seen any of my previous videos, I'm going in 20-pound increments. So right now, I hit that first goal. I hit 20 pounds. I hit that first number on the scale that I wanted. So I'm thrilled with that. And now we'll go for another 20, which would be, 40 pounds. So, those are all really big things. I'm sitting here playing with my ring, which is reminding me. If you guys have seen other videos in the past, I've showed you that my wedding ring has, it's really gotten extremely loose. So, small victories, right? But it's getting so loose, and it's weird because it's looser as the day goes on, which I find strange because I feel like your body usually swells, but it's gotten very loose. and sometimes even when I'm doing these videos, because it's usually, so now it's 4:25 p.m. Oh, happy May, everybody. It's May 1st. Happy May. It's a beautiful spring week here in New England. It is 4:25 and it's still daylight out. So this is like my favorite time of year when we actually start getting sunshine and the weather starts to change. But yeah, so my ring was really loose, and even driving sometimes, like I'm a hand talker, and when I'm talking, it would be like down to here, and I'm starting to get nervous that I'm going to lose it. Several years ago, my husband had bought me another ring for Christmas that I had wanted, and over time, it got too small, and I couldn't wear it anymore. Like I could barely get it on. I couldn't even get it that far. And so now I'm going to switch back again. So we go to a ranch for vacation in the summer, and we ride horses, and we do banana boat and all these things that make me seem like I'm a super active person, but I promise you I'm not. 1 week in the summer, I do all the things. But I would like to get back to doing all of these things on a more regular basis. Anyway, I joke. So my wedding ring, riding horses, doing like being in the lake, I have a band and a diamond, and it was making me nervous. So he had bought me this ring, which I absolutely love. I had seen it and I wanted it, and he bought it for me for Christmas. And it's an infinity, and it's rose gold, and it's black with diamonds in the middle. And I just loved this ring, and eventually it didn't fit. Well, it fits again. So now I can go back and forth and wear both. But yeah, so that was kind of a big deal because I haven't worn this ring in many years. Probably, in my head, I'm thinking 3 or 4, but it's probably longer than that. I'd have to go back at some pictures and look. So yeah, I've been switching back and forth between my set and this one, which I love as well, which kind of made me happy. So, it's the small things. So set some goals. Is your goal an outfit that you have? Is your goal a ring or a piece of jewelry that you haven't worn in a long time? Is your goal 5 pounds? 5 pounds. That's all you need. And 20 pounds sometimes doesn't seem like a lot. And I will be the first one to say that I've been a little discouraged recently. And I'm like, wearing clothes and doing the things. And I'm like, it just doesn't seem like that much until I picked up that Fargan dog food, guys, right? Who would have thought? Like, that just blew my mind. The dog food still blows my mind that that's what I couldn't carry it, but yet I was actually carrying it every single solitary day. So if you've lost 5 pounds, if you've lost 10 pounds, if you've lost 11 pounds, open your freezer, open your pantry, look around your house, find something that equals whatever it is. I have a hard time carrying in the groceries sometimes. And I'm like, this is great because the groceries probably weigh 7 pounds and I was carrying 20. And when you start putting it into a little bit of perspective, you start to see I think it starts to make the journey a little less tedious when you start to see results. Now I'm going to do something that I very rarely do. This is super out of my comfort zone, and I'm doing it for you because I adore you all, and you have all been the most amazing, wonderful, supportive people in the universe. But I'm going to give you my before and afters. Now, you're not going to get those workout wear shots or those bikini shots that some people are getting. That's not happening. Just so happens that this shirt that I chose to wear to work today was the picture that I took my very first night that I took the shot. And this is my shirt. It's kind of big, kind of blousy. So here we are. So I do have a before and after picture wearing this outfit from February 27th, which is the first night I took my first shot. So February 27th would be the first picture, and then the second picture is today. And then I have a face shot. And I don't know, somebody in the comments, some wonderful, beautiful listener who just joined, said that at I think she said the 5-week mark in the videos, she saw my double chin go away. I don't see it because I'm still seeing it, especially from the side. I don't know if I can see it with you guys here, but I'm still seeing this and it's driving me crazy. But I'm going to put the picture of the face shot. And sometimes you see these pictures and you're like, oh, they must be doctored. They must. And I just keep staring at this picture. So me and my beautiful friend from my vacation, we go away. I go to upstate New York to this wonderful, beautiful place. And maybe I'll show you guys some of that this summer when we go, because it's just my most favorite place on earth other than Disney World. And this beautiful woman that I met there many years ago has become a dear, dear friend of mine. And so now we vacation together there all the time. And her and I had lunch. Well, my husband, her son, my son, had lunch. We were coming back through the area in February. So just before I started this. And she's one of the reasons why we were talking about. So that day, her and I were discussing, trying to find the medication that I bought here, that she had gone to the doctor and her doctor had talked to her about the 15-day cleanse. 15-day or 5, I'd have to double check the information about a cleanse, and basically telling her that our body stores 10 to 15 pounds of waste in it all the time. And if you do these cleanses, a lot of the waste that's kind of in the organs and everything, you kind of get rid of, and it's like a detox. So we were talking about it, and then I literally, a day or two later, my phone came up with this ad. And I texted her. I was like, you're not going to believe this. The phone is telling me to buy this stuff. So I did it, y'all. So it's 15-day. So it's a 15-day cleanse. I didn't break the seal. So it's a 15-day cleanse, and it's got aloe vera and senna leaf in it, and cascara sagrada, and psyllium husk, and flaxseed. I don't know. So I put it in my drawer. You do these things very impulsively sometimes. And then I started reading the reviews, and the reviews weren't bad, but you pretty much don't want to take this if you're not going to be home for extended periods of time. So I go to work every day. I'm sure you're kind of understanding what I mean if it's a cleanse. So I kind of sideline that. And then through that conversation, and then talking to my other friend and my sister-in-law, who I told you we're both taking GLP-1s, that's what kind of jump-started all of this. So long story short, the face shot will be from February 19th, the week before I actually began. And that was when I was having lunch in New York. That I see a little, especially through here. My face looks almost swollen in the picture. And I kind of kept going back and forth, like it had to be the angle. And I today tried to like angle it the same way. I took the picture just like I had when we were at the Cheesecake Factory, and tried to get it very similar. So yeah, I was a little shocked by the face difference. It's not like, oh my God, but I can actually see a difference, and that made me happy. So I'm going to put that in right here. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't see a lot of body difference. I don't know, but I'm seeing hand differences. I told you guys before, the bras, I've had to go to the smallest. I have like 3 notches. That's substantially different. Always the way, right? So yeah, it's doing its job. So while we're on that same conversation, I will let you all know that this week, so I took my shot last Thursday, but I generally do my videos on Wednesday. It just is how life works. I am down 3.2 pounds from Thursday. Now, if you count Wednesday to Wednesday, I took my shot on Thursday, but if you count Wednesday to Wednesday, 4 pounds. So, we'll say 3.5. So 3.5 to 4 pounds on the 5. The week previous on 2.5, I had lost a pound, and that pound was kind of back and forth during those 2 weeks when the baby was born and I was off from school and there was a lot going on. So to the medications accolades, I will give it this. It's been a week. It's only Wednesday. And I have not been stress eating. So Monday afternoon, I got home from work. As soon as I walked in the door, my phone's going off. My son was involved in a car accident. He's okay. It's my son who just had the baby. So it's been a bit. He's having surgery tomorrow. He has broken his arm. That's his life. I'm not going to share all of that, but it was stressful for me. It was really, I was a wreck. We didn't know what was happening. All the things. Normally, this would be when I would just stop stuffing my face. When I left, I made sure I had a protein bar in my bag. No, I lied. That was the next day. Scratch that. I lied. When I left, I took my phone and my keys, and that was it. I had nothing else with me. Then I came home that evening. I went back the next morning. And when I went back the next morning, I did take a protein bar, a protein shake, and my Walmart water. So I didn't make bad choices. He stopped at McDonald's. I was with him the following day. We had a bunch of errands we had to do, and he got McDonald's. So I ordered a small fry and a sweet tea. I ate 4 French fries. I tried the sweet tea. It wasn't actually sweet. And then I was like, oh, you should probably just drink it because you didn't need the sweet tea anyway. But I don't like unsweetened tea. So I actually tossed that. So the French fry, I don't like McDonald's anyway. I don't normally eat it. I didn't normally eat it. Once a year, I might have a small fry if, that's where we end up. But I didn't eat them. They did absolutely nothing for me. So that was this week. The night of the accident, I was at their house. She had to go to the hospital. I was with the baby. Nothing had been taken out for dinner. So I Uber Eats some Chinese. And even that, I looked through the menu and I tried to make better choices. I had chicken and rice. I ordered a spring roll in lieu of an egg roll. It was not very good. I had 2 or 3 bites of it. I threw that away. I ordered him some crab rangoon, so I had 1 of those. But I hadn't really eaten a heck of a lot else during the day. I had a chicken salad sandwich for breakfast for lunch that I had made homemade. So, I wasn't going off the rails by any means at that point. And this is what I'm saying. Sometimes we have to be able to pivot and we have to be able to live life. I don't want to come off of this medication and not be living my life. I want to be able to make choices and make better choices. Last night for dinner, I definitely could have eaten more. The tater tots. I had made tater tots and a salad and grilled chicken, and I definitely could have sat there. I don't even like tater tots, but they were nice and crispy. They had been in the air fryer. I could have eaten 30 more tater tots, but I didn't. I stopped at 10, and they were mini. I make the mini because I do it for myself. If I make the mini ones, they're smaller portions. Instead of, bigger ones, they're like half the size. So those little things I try to do, they're helpful. silly things like that. You know, you want the damn tater tot, eat the tater tot. I buy the mini tater tots. So instead of shoving 20 pieces, you know, 20 times into my mouth, this size, if I'm doing it, it's half the size. These things make me feel better, and the calorie intake shows, you know, a difference. So I switched to light. I do love my Hidden Valley Ranch. So all my Southern or Texas girls, guys, you know, I'm sure you know, I love ranch dressing. And I switched to light this week. It tastes the freaking same. Why did I never? I don't like low fat, like those kind of things are gross, but the light ranch, I was like, how bad can it be? I don't taste the difference. But the calorie count is, you know, it's substantial to make a good difference in the calories that we are taking in for the day. So making these choices long term, you know, are only going to help everything, help the overall health, you know. So I'm more concerned with losing at a pace that is right for my life so that I can continue to be making better choices throughout. And I feel like with the help of this medication, I'm definitely working every day, showing ways to do that, if that makes sense. And I hope that by, you know, being here and encouraging each other, that we can all continue, you know, to do the same. So just to recap a little bit as far as the week on the 5 milligrams specifically, no real major side effects. Like I've said before, I haven't had a lot of side effects. I feel extremely lucky. Believe me, I know how lucky I am, and I'm very grateful for that. But I've had very, very few side effects. 2 days, so I took the shot on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I got a little bit of nausea, less than an hour, so nothing major at all. And it's probably because I eat so poorly for breakfast time, especially on the weekends. I have my coffee, and then sometimes it's 1 o'clock and I'm like, I haven't eaten anything. So I'm trying to be better with that, but that's, you know, I'm working on all of those things. So I am still, I would say, tired, but also, you know, there's just a lot has been happening. So it could just be that. I'm not really sure, you know, which it is. So some things that I am doing or beginning to implement now, I told you guys the other day that I was going to start taking the magnesium again. I took it once, then I forgot again today. So I'm trying to remember. So I'm definitely putting the magnesium back in. My stomach was a little funky the other day. I was constipated for 1 day. But that seems to have cleared up. And it's funny because that day I took the magnesium, and then the next morning I was okay. So I'm putting the magnesium back in because why not? And the magnesium is also good for your muscles and all the other things. And I've been very achy and sore again recently. So I'm putting the magnesium back in. And then I'm also going to put the Benefiber back in. So yeah, I showed you guys before, and I don't have it because I just ordered it. The Benefiber chews, I was taking those with every meal, or at least twice a day, and I liked them. I know this is going to sound so bizarre, but they were kind of like a little sweet tart, like chewy sweet tart. So I kind of enjoyed them. And there's some fiber. There's they're you know, good to keep the digestion moving. So we need the fiber anyway. I kind of figured, you know what, I'm going to go back to it because I stopped because everything was moving the way it should have, but I should have started again with the other dose, and I didn't. So I just don't want to run into any issues going forward. So I'm putting the magnesium back into my daily, the Benefiber back in. I'm still trying really hard with the water. Sometimes I've told you guys this before, when I hear a kid ask if they can go fill their water bottle or whatever the case may be, that's when I try to remember to pick up my water and drink it. So I just said water. It's kind of like a drinking game. So I'm trying, and I'm trying to force myself to finish this right now, and probably to hear. This was my drip drop today, which also has the magnesium in it. So I do think that there is something to be said for the electrolytes. With that being said, I have mentioned a couple of times that I personally like drip drop. I don't want anybody here to ever do anything because I have said it, I am doing it, or I don't link things, but I don't ever want anybody to do anything because they think that it's the right thing to do because I've said it or it's come out of my mouth. Everybody needs to do their own research. Everybody needs to do what's right for them. And the last thing, you're not going to see me linking things below, putting shopping lists. This is not an infomercial. That is never going to happen. I want this to be a community. I want this to be somewhere that people can come with their own opinions, to be respected and talked to in a nice, kind way. That's really, really important to me. This is not a place that you're going to come to for me to try to sell you anything. That's not going to happen. And I just want you all to know that I value and respect all of you, and all of your comments I read and I digest and I take into account. Some people have mentioned this or that, and I have replied that, I've looked into this, it's just not right for me, but thank you so much. Like, everybody's opinion really, truly does mean so much to me. And I don't ever want anybody to think that I have you here for the wrong reasons. The fact that you can click on any number of 4 million YouTube videos at any given moment, and you have clicked on this one, and you're taking a half an hour out of your day to listen to anything that I have to say about my life and my journey, is so valuable to me. I don't ever want any of you to feel used or steered in the wrong direction, or that I'm here for the wrong reasons, because I promise you that's not the case. So that's a whole other side note for another reason, but there's a lot of content creators out there that things change over time, and I just want you to be assured that that's not me, and that's not going to happen. So when I mention things like drip drop, I'm just saying it because that is what I've been using, that is what I like, and it's really because it's the cheapest. Some of the other ones that are being promoted on other places are very expensive, and they're electrolytes. They all taste salty. They all, and I really do feel like everyone just needs to do their own research and their own due diligence. So I don't have anything going with drip drop. They just happened to be the cheapest at Walmart when I was ordering online one day. And I don't even think that they were the cheapest, but I think the first one I had was like a free packet from somewhere. I don't even remember where. It was like in the bottom of my work bag, and I tried it. And then when I researched it, it had magnesium in it. So the only thing I would say is, again, do some research. But I think if you're going to introduce electrolytes, I would go with electrolytes. And this is, again, me personally and what I am doing, because that magnesium is good for the constipation, good for the circulation, all the things. I made sure that the electrolyte that I was using has magnesium in it. So, I'm sure that there's other ones out there that are great, that are tasty, and all the things, but I wanted low calorie and I wanted magnesium, and this one happens to do it for me. Again, going to tell you guys, I've told you many times, I love this stuff, and it does something for me. Now, I know that we've talked about it, and there's something in it. What is in this one? So this one contains phenylketonucronics, a phenylalanine, which I am sure, aspartame. So it's an aspartame. Generally speaking, I don't love aspartame. You kind of have that. This one doesn't bother me. I've tried a lot of seltzers, and I'll kind of like drink them for a week or two, and then I get sick of them, and then I'll drink something else, and then I get sick of it. I can't do the diet and the sugar-free, like any type of carbonated. Ginger ale is my jam. I love ginger ale. I could drink it all day. It's the only thing that settles my stomach. On a day like right now, so I've been talking to you guys for quite a while, when I'm talking a lot, I just need something to quench my throat, and water doesn't do it. It just doesn't work, and I need ginger ale. This is giving me kind of what I need, and with ginger ale, it's probably the sugar. This gives me like a taste, and I've tried many different flavors. There's a lot of different, so you can change the flavor profile. But it works. So, and it counts as my water because it's got 0 sugar, 0 calories, 0 caffeine, 0 sodium. It is just a sparkling water, and I like a carbonation. So this is working for me. I pretty much drink one of these a day. So this is, 33.8 ounces. So if I get the two of them together, I probably don't ever finish both. I'm not going to lie. This is 40, this is 33. So I'm probably getting closer to 50 to 60 ounces of water. I know that's not great. It's right up there with my not great protein. Every day is, you know, a little bit closer to where we need to be. So yeah, I just wanted to, you know, touch base with you guys on the things that I'm doing, the things that works for me. And then super, super quick, EliLilly's earnings call was Tuesday. Now, I was busy Tuesday with, you know, family emergency. So I didn't listen to the call. I would have been at work anyway. So I didn't listen to the call. I have seen some videos since. So I cannot give you any specific information because still it's only Wednesday. I haven't had a chance to listen or go back and listen to the recordings. But I have heard that there was no mention of the vials. So it does not look like that's happening. At least they didn't mention it, which is still very curious. Like, why is it on their website under instructions? Like, I'm still baffled by that. But they didn't talk about it. They talked about, you know, just really how popular the drug is, and that the popularity of it has nothing to do with Hollywood, and Hollywood's not taking their medications. And, you know, a lot of people are just learning more and more doctors are beginning to prescribe, and we're learning how effective the GLP-1s are for so many other medical conditions. And I think the more research is done and the more medical conditions that come out, the more popular these medications are going to be. So I don't see an end in sight as far as, sorry, my husband's mowing the lawn. He's been trying to get the tractor fixed. I don't see an end in sight. They did say, you know, already going into 2025, this is going to continue. So just keep being diligent, keep calling pharmacies, keep doing everything that you're doing. And I hope that everybody who is currently taking the medication is able to find their medication. I will be calling over the next several days. I called last week. I've had no luck with the 5 milligrams. So I'm on number 10 on a waiting list at my pharmacy. However, they have gotten nothing. Nothing has moved from the list. They haven't gotten one box of 5 or 7.5 here in Massachusetts recently. I have called all around, and all of the pharmacies are telling me the same thing locally. I was in Connecticut at my son's yesterday, and I did check there 2 places. They didn't have it either. You know, so I will just keep calling, and we'll just keep hoping and praying. So my hope is that each and every one of you are able to find your medication and continue on your journey. If you are here looking for information and you're just curious about the medication and you've been considering it, please, I don't want you to think that this is a deterrent. We don't want anyone to not take the medication. I hope that everyone who needs it can get it. I really do hope that. And if, you're considering it, do it. Try it. It has so many benefits. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not telling you to go take this medication. But if it's been something that you've been considering and you and your doctor have discussed, it really is truly an amazing thing. And it's done so much for me and for so many others here. So yeah, guys, I think that's just about going to do it for our week 9 wrap up. Tomorrow morning, I will take 2.5 milligram injections, and we'll go from there. If you are not subscribed, I'm going to ask you again, please to go and hit that subscribe button for me. It truly makes my day when I go and sit down at night and I go to the YouTube page and see the numbers moving. It really blows my mind a little bit that 800 people come here to listen to anything I have to say. But thank you from the bottom of my heart. There are so many amazing, fantastic people here in this group that are so warm and loving and encouraging and supportive of not only myself, but of everybody else here. So if you have any questions, comments, or anything, even for anybody else, please go drop them below. I do my best to answer everybody as soon as I can within the week. And hit that notification so that if I happen to go live for any reason, you guys would know about it as well. And update us on your progress, what you guys are doing, what dose you're at. Have you found your doses yet? Where are you? So did I tell you where I am? I think I missed that part. No, I did, right? So 23 pounds this week. That's the official 23 pounds, 3.2 from last Thursday, 4 pounds from last Wednesday. Now that I say it out loud, I think we did discuss it. So just in case we didn't, we'll end on a positive note. 23 pounds down, guys, 9 weeks on Zepbound. So fantastic. Can't wait to hear how your journey is going. Until next time, guys, we'll see ya.